The Boy Who Learned the World. Part 1. The Day the Walls Spoke. Tom was 19 when the world first started talking to him. Not with voices, not with ghosts, but with words. One cold morning, Tom woke up in his small room. His window was old, and the cold air came through the cracks. He sat on the edge of his bed and looked around. The room was simple. One bed, one desk, one old lamp. But that morning, something strange was different. On the wall above his desk, Tom saw a short sentence. "Good morning, Tom. Learn one new word today." He blinked hard. He rubbed his eyes. He even checked if someone had played a joke on him, but no. The letters were made of light. Soft, warm light. They looked like handwriting in the air. Tom felt scared, but curious. He whispered, "Hello?" Nothing happened. He whispered again, "Who are you?" Still silence. Only the soft, glowing words remained on the wall. Tom took a deep breath and nodded. "Okay," he said softly. "One new word." He opened his old English notebook. The first word he saw was courage. He wrote it down slowly. When he looked up, the glowing sentence on the wall faded like smoke. That was the first day, and also the easiest one. Part 2. Empty streets and honest mirrors. Tom lived in a quiet town. Nothing big ever happened there. People worked, slept, ate, repeated. Everyone knew everyone, and nothing changed. But for Tom, something was changing. Every day, new glowing words appeared on his wall. Sometimes small, sometimes very long. They appeared when he woke up, or when he came home, or even when he felt sad. Sometimes they said, "Learn 2 new words. Read a short story today. Speak a sentence out loud." The strange part? When Tom followed the instructions, he felt stronger. Not like muscles strong, but inside strong, like the world was opening its door to him. But Tom still felt fear, deep fear. He always dreamed of speaking English confidently. He loved movies and books. He wanted to travel, to meet people, to learn, to grow, but he was shy. When he tried to speak English, he shook. His voice broke. People laughed, and he stopped trying. But the glowing words didn't stop one evening. Tom was walking home from work. His town was quiet, almost sleeping. The streetlights made long shadows. A cold wind moved the leaves on the road. Tom looked at the houses, all the windows dark, and suddenly he felt so alone. He whispered, "I can't do it. I'm not good enough." And then something unbelievable happened. A shop window right next to him lit up. Not with electricity, but with the same soft, warm light he saw on his wall. Inside the glass, he saw himself, but older, maybe 40, maybe 50. Older Tom looked calm, confident, strong. He was reading a book in English, speaking to someone, laughing. The older Tom looked at him and said, "You can learn, one word at a time." Tom stepped back, almost falling. "What is happening to me?" he whispered. The light faded. The window returned to normal. Tom stood there alone again, but he felt something new in his chest. Hope. Part 3. The language of time. Life continued. Tom learned new words every day, sometimes 3, sometimes 10. He read small stories. He listened to English videos. He practiced speaking quietly on the way to work, but the glowing messages became stranger. One morning the wall said, "Time is watching you." Another day it said, "There are only 120 days left." Tom froze when he read that 120 days until what? Are you warning me? Are you helping me? But the wall never answered. For the first time, Tom felt real fear. He thought maybe he was sick, maybe he was going crazy, maybe everything was an illusion. But then something else happened. something that made him believe the messages were not dangerous. They were preparing him. One evening, Tom walked to the old bus stop near the woods. The sky was bright orange, the sun almost gone. The wind smelled of rain, and suddenly the world shifted. He saw again the glowing light, not on a wall or a window, but in the air. It formed a short sentence. "Be ready, the world is bigger than you think." Tom whispered, "What does that mean?" The light swirled, forming new letters. "You will understand." And then a bus arrived. Not the regular bus from town. This one was old, very old, painted dark blue with silver lines like stars. When the doors opened, a friendly old man stepped out. He had warm eyes and a gentle smile. "Tom Robert Hayes?" the man asked. "Yes," Tom said carefully. The old man nodded. "Get in. Your life is waiting." Part 4. The Bus Between Worlds. Tom sat inside the old bus. The seats were soft, old-fashioned, smelling of leather. The windows showed the town, but not his familiar town. Everything outside looked different, brighter, sharper, almost magical. "Where are we going?" Tom asked. The old man smiled. "You are going to learn something important." Tom swallowed. "Sir, I'm not special. I'm not smart. My English is bad. I'm just a normal—" The old man raised a hand. "Everyone is normal at the beginning. Heroes don't start as heroes." Tom didn't know what to say. They rode in silence for a few minutes. Then the old man asked, "Do you know why you see glowing messages?" Tom shook his head. "Because your mind is waking up," the man said softly. "Because you finally decided to learn. And when a person learns, the universe listens." Tom stared at him. "And why did it say 120 days left?" The old man looked at the road. "Because in 120 days, your world will change. Completely." "How?" "That is up to you." Part 5. The Library of Possible Lives. The bus stopped in front of a huge building. It looked like a cathedral made of glass. Stars reflected in every window. The old man said, "This is the Library of Possible Lives." Inside, Tom saw thousands of giant bookshelves. Each shelf held books, millions of books. The old man gave him one book. "This," he said, "is the life you will have if you stop learning English." Tom opened it. The pages showed pictures like a movie. He saw himself older, working the same small job, never traveling, never meeting new people, never confident, never growing. The colors were gray. The world looked small. Tom felt cold inside. The old man gave him a second book. "This is the life you will have if you continue." Tom opened it. He saw himself speaking English confidently, traveling the world, meeting people, teaching others, becoming someone strong, brave, open. This book was full of color, like sunlight. Tom's hands shook. The old man touched Tom's shoulder. "Tomorrow is not written," he said. "You write it, every day, every word you learn." Part 6. The Final Message. The bus brought Tom home. His small room was quiet. On the wall, the final glowing message appeared. 120 days is the time you need to change your mind. After that, the world will change with you. Tom understood now. It wasn't a warning. It was a countdown to a new life. He smiled slowly. "Okay," he whispered. "Let's begin." And for the first time, the words on the wall answered him back. "Yes, Tom, this is just the beginning." Moral of the story: you don't need talent. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need confidence. You need only one thing. One word a day, learn one word, then another, then one more. And the universe will open its door for you. just like it opened for Tom.